everyone. Hey, it's Peter, your host for the 31 Days of Dread. This is day 6 from the Dream Warriors podcast. If you hear some other outside noises, it's because we're back at the Dream Warrior Studios. And look, you already hear those spooky Halloween sounds, and you got the Dream Warriors theme music rolling in, and you know what time it is. I'm just going to go away for a little bit, and then I'm going to come right back, and we're going to get into Frankenstein, another really old movie. That's scary enough. Yeah, so hey, welcome back. I'm here. I'm your host, Peter A. DeLuca, aka Pad. Look, you can find me at akapad.com, and there's all kinds of ways to follow me on social media, support my efforts, funding original content through Patreon and Etsy. Yeah, that's right, because on Etsy, if there's anything you like what I do on social media, you can purchase those services on Etsy. And if look, I have a long history with illustration, logo design, web design, UX, UI development, even some application development. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, master of all. I'm not a master of none. That's pretty obvious, right? I mean, Dream Warriors is consistent, but look, there's all these things that I do. There's ways to support all my future efforts. And look, the more money we have coming into Dream Warriors, like the more serious I can make it, the more I can do with it. The equipment upgrades. I would love to pay money for contributors. Like stuff like that. But look, we're promos aside. I'm so sorry. Look, it's getting later on Sunday. I'm doing a double release, double recording today, possibly even triple, because I wanted to stockpile something for Monday, because I'm not sure what Monday's going to look like for me. So I'm just trying to get into the groove, but if I haven't already told you, we are back at the Dream Warrior Studios. 17 Bridges, the movie that made my life chaos for the past week, is finished being shot here. And, the production has packed up and moved on. And, highs and lows, as of my feeling towards it. The high was just being able to see the spectacle of it, but the low, obviously and clearly, was the inconvenience that it created for me. It really threw my entire week for a loop, made it extremely challenging. But hey, look, but we're here. We made it, and the 31 Days of Dread just does not stop. My Inktober on AKAPAD 13 on Instagram does not stop. I'm doing equal, triple time, double time work for that also, because I just don't believe in just social media for the sake of social media. I believe in original content creation. I believe in content development. I believe in thoughtful things for you to do so the world can eat it up and spit it out. And that's what Inktober is all for me. It is a huge effort. Because everything I do this year, I attempted it last year, it didn't go over too well, but I am trying to record every single page for 31 pages of the Inktober sketchbook. So yeah, that's tough. And for any of us that doesn't know what Inktober is, I'll just tell you real quick. It is a drawing challenge. You get 31 prompts. It was created by a guy named Jake Parker. You can find him on Instagram. And basically, you do one prompt a day for 31 days. And, they're pretty challenging because you kind of want to do a theme. It's easier if you just... Last year, my theme was robots. This year, it's foes of Batman. So I'm picking a villain or like a characteristic of a Dark Knight villain. And I'm kind of like molding it, sometimes literal, sometimes it's more intent or like metaphor type stuff, into the prompt. And yeah, that's a brain buster. Some of I'm working on Star right now, and that's go to AKAPAD 13 on Instagram to see my solution for Star, because I had to mind a Batman villain that is long forgotten, and like that's part of the fun of it. But yeah, look, so uh, last year for 31 Days of Dread, I watched might have been day 30. It was Dracula, the Bela Lugosi Dracula, and it blew my mind because I spent so much time hearing about those movies, the Universal, the old black and white Universal movie, studio shot monster movies. Like I spent my lifetime, my entire life, hearing about these movies, and I never executed on seeing them. And it's all kinds of reasons. I remember when Van Helsing, the the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing, a movie that I completely adore, that I completely love. When that came out, there were like these green re-release. I think they were called Universal Monster Legacy DVDs, and there was like a cool box set that you could get, like all of them with like 3 or 4 busts. So it was like part statue, and I loved the mini bust thing was just hitting the collector. So I was buying like all the Bowen ones. I think my max for Bowen at one time I had like about 50 of them, and that was before they went crazy in pricing. But yeah, so even back then, I just couldn't do it. Like I couldn't buy the movies because I wanted the box set, and I was only going to get the box set, and the box set sold out. And this is before, like Amazon and things became more readily available, I'll say. And yeah, so time passed on, and lo and behold, 31 Days of Dread, I finally saw my first one, my first black and white Universal horror movie, and holy crap, did I love it. Like just with what they were able to do with so little. And it goes to show you, when it comes to talent, acting, writing, production, a studio allowing people to do what they were hired to do, like time is meaningless. These movies are going to be as entertaining and relevant 100 years from now, and very few movies, even when it comes to a like series, because the Universal monster movies are somewhat of a series. You can maybe argue like the very first shared universe. Like very few anything is going to hold up as well as those movies. So for this year, day 2 was Creature from the Black Lagoon, because somehow someone, multiple people had my Amazon Prime login. Someone subscribed to Stars like a month or two ago. Okay. And I thought it was like a promo, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, it just never went away. But they had all the Universal monster movies. I said, oh my god, I hope these stay available through October so I can make my way through them. So, Universal monster movie number 2 was Creature from the Black Lagoon, and one of my takeaways from that was like it created the down the river trope, the survival road trip trope, the special effects, it being shot on water. This is stuff of legend. It's insane how well they shot that movie with water, using a practical, like a guy in a rubber suit underwater. I can't fathom how it was shot. I can't. And that quickly made my all-time special effects list. Okay, it's number 3. Okay, I think I said crap. Wait, what did I cite? It might have been King Kong, Star Wars, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's the list. I'm pretty sure. Okay, but no. And then tonight we have Frankenstein. And do I need to update you guys on the story of Frankenstein? We have a driven man, Dr. Frankenstein. He's on the verge of getting married. Very uppity wife, very uppity, like upbringing. Like he is part of the European 1%. And he, disappears for a couple months and writes these letters. Uh, they're cryptic, and his wife investigates, and you just find out that the dude is up to no good. It's weird stuff. So the wife catches up with him as he is about to bring a cadaver that he stitched together to life. And you know, his assistant got the wrong brain, put the wrong brain into the human body. We all have done that, and and here we go. Like the creature, as it's referred to, Frankenstein's monster, comes to life and kills a dude, escapes, wreaks havoc on the town, kills a little girl, and at the end gets burned. Gets burned in a windmill. And then, Dr. Frankenstein has a son and gets married at the end of the movie. And here we go. So it's not that long of a movie, uh, which is fine. Like it kind of made me realize that, like why are we obsessed with length when it comes to movies, especially in an age of streaming? Like even Netflix is like cranking out full length like movies and things like that. These Universal monster movies are so short and sweet that if they've somewhat like the short form film has somewhat faded away. I think it would be amazing if Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime were the next guy up to bat. Just says, look, like the help with a movie length. Like things don't have to be 2 hours. Comedies don't even have to be 90 minutes. What's wrong with a 4 hour long comedy? But it would be amazing. It would be amazing if they were just like, look, just do it. Just do it. How long is that? It's a great story. How long is it? It's 100 minutes. Great. Perfect. Go. So, like maybe we'll get there. But look, this movie opened with like a warning. Yeah. Warning the audience that they're going to see something that will you're going to get shook if you see this movie. And like I don't know, like it was that's such a common gimmick nowadays. Okay. And this movie was made in what, 1931, 1932? Let me double check. 1931. Okay. How imaginative was that at the time to put a warning in front of a movie? How, like, it was this? I don't know if this was the first movie to have done something like that, but holy crap, did that trick carry on and on? I instantly fell in love with the opening credits. There was like this kaleidoscope eyeball effect, multiple eyes swirling. Movie begins with Dr. Frankenstein and his assistant digging up a grave, and then they cut down the grave. They cut down the dead body that's being hanged. It's so clearly studio shot. This is shot on the soundstage. The black and white blends perfectly with the set. I'm not like, if it was in color, I don't think it would sell as well. But because it being black and white, the distance and the fakery doesn't seem as clear. Like there's so much that can be cheated, and there's easily it's a warehouse shot movie, and you know it, but it just freaking works. And bravo to our filmmaker, right? When James Whale. Sorry, I'm going back and forth with Wikipedia on this one. A little bit of a cheat sheet. I'm sorry, but so the movie unfolds as you would expect. So there's no trickery to it. Like I think all the future interpretations of Frankenstein expanded on what this movie sets up, and still does. If they do remake it, again, this movie is affirmation. They have to continue the Dark Universe because you want to see the updates for this movie. And quick side note, Venom was day 5 of the 31 Days of Dread. The writer for that is one of the guys on the Creature from the Black Lagoon remake, the day 2 of the 31 Days of Dread of this year, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Just wanted to connect those dots real quick. I forgot during the Venom broadcast or recording, but it's clearly a soundstage movie. It freaking works. Uh, I was kind of taken aback that the assistant steals the abnormal brain, um, because it makes the Abby normal brain from Young Frankenstein joke and bit so much more like funny and relevant. Um, and then like everything like ends at this like windmill, and the windmill scene. Like you see the windmill in the distance. I don't know what's exactly rear projection or not, or if the windmill's like a practical effect. I really don't know if it's a practical set. Because Frankenstein runs into Frankenstein holding Doctor Frankenstein. The Frankenstein monster holding Doctor Frankenstein runs into like over the hill, like like runs into the door of the windmill, and there's dogs that chase into like they're chasing, and the dogs are like almost like running full speed. That shot to me is a miracle. I don't know how that gets achieved, how that gets like how that unfolds. But either way, I love it, loving it so much. I could really watch this movie like 100 times. Uh, that's how this is a it's such a collection of film, and there's like I'm not even sure. Uh, like what can you say that's like three films deep that's as powerful as Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Frankenstein, and then coming up the next one, it's going to be Wolfman. It needs to be Wolfman, and then it's going to be The Invisible Man. So I'm going to try and do one of these every 5 days, right? Maybe I don't know. I don't think that's enough. Maybe I'll I don't know. But for now, it's gonna be every 5 days. But Wolfman is next. And look, I know a lot of you out there. You're so hooked into what's new. You're hooked into what's on like what's happening on YouTube and like what your suggestions on Netflix and so on and so forth. Uh, it's good to seek out these movies and watch them in any capacity. Okay, you could probably buy the DVDs for cheap. The VHSs, I'm sure, are available for $1. Uh, you should make an effort, especially if you're into filmmaking, if you're into like the history of how these things are built. Uh, if you're a fan of like minimum production, limited like means movie, meaning that this movie has a short and sweet idea, has a perfect execution, it has wonderful acting, and it visual. This movie is made for the eyeballs. Like a lot of these things are what drives the next generation of film talent. Because it's easy to hook into what's visual when you're trying to interest yourself, meaning that like it's gonna be The Matrix and it's gonna be Star Wars and it's gonna be like Fifth Element. Those are the movies that are gonna like suck you in. Hey, Valerium. Okay, I'll put like that's that will suck you in, and then like you have to learn the finer aspects of storytelling, and this is one. This is a movie you can watch with no sound and follow it. Extremely rare. Like technically, could you watch a Transformers movie, one of the Michael Bay Transformers movies, silent? Most likely not. But that doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It just means it is made differently, and it's made for a global audience. It's made. It's not so much of a worldwide like effort. Okay, the Universal monster movies were made, from what I understand, to recoup losses after the success of Dracula, and Universal dug itself out of a hole with these movies, and they were making good content. Okay, along the way, and they let good people do their job. But look, I'm hitting the 20-minute mark, babbling about a movie from 1931. Please shoot me. No. But look, I'm gonna sign off. I just want to say, look, if you are that young filmmaker out there, if you're that person with ideas, don't let length kill you. Just sit down and work the story out and focus on the story first. We're in a digital age. Length doesn't matter, long and or short. Okay, and that's why I'm cutting this short for 20 minutes. But no, just do that. Tell a story. Who cares about length? But just tell a good story. This is Peter. I love you all. Rock and roll. High five. And until next time, I'll talk to you. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we recording? How's everyone doing? Hey, we're here. Dream Warriors. 31 Days of Dread. This is day 6. I have a ceiling fan buzzing because I'm back at the Dream Warrior Studios. But look, I'm going to kill that fan. I'm going to kill it.